So it looks like we might see our first colony from either Rome or India. I mean, technically, of course, they could be tricking us. Rome could go for Scotland, and, you know, India could go for Hawaii. But it looks like it's going to be one of those civs. I think my money's on Gandhi. I mean, we know that India has had a scout in the New World, kind of searching through territory and stuff like that for quite a long time, and it makes sense. You know, Delhi and Mumbai are both very closed off. They don't have any other regions really colonized in the Old World. The Old World is already set. There is like almost nothing left. There are small pockets in Africa, but no one has been willing to colonize in that region just yet. So we'll see. It looks like, is Portugal and England still at war? That would be shocking, but it looks like they are. So that's the thing about this is that see a lot of the aggressive civs, I guess with the aggressive and expansive AI mod, these civs will go to war and they'll stay at war, and then when they remember, or I guess when they have enough troops, they'll attack like 30 turns later, which means that just because we're not seeing a lot of war notifications, there's still a lot of wars going on, and you'll see a war that like was going on like I think quite a few videos ago. We saw like a little bit where the Portuguese Navy really got dominated by both, I think it was Rome and England did a number on Maria's Navy. Now she's reinforced. She's stayed at war, I think, with both of those civs. I don't think with Rome, actually. I think just with England. And now she's going to reinforce with quite a lot. I mean, look, she has her own ship of the line, a Portuguese ship of the line. She was able to steal that away, more than likely with one of her privateers. Big deal. Ooh, wait a second. Now, what the heck? The Champa just declared war on Mongolia. Not the other way around. That's a really big deal. Why did they do that? Where did that come from? It must be because of this city here, which would be a huge, huge expansive moment for the Champa. If they were able to take over the city, I mean, that would be incredible. We'll see what they do. Maybe the AI does recognize that regionally, the Mongolians have no power in Sri Lanka. France and Arabia have peaced out. We have Rome taking over Carthage. That is what I figured. Whoa, what happened there? Yeah, Rome took over Carthage. Bam. And Shanghai has nothing to reinforce. I'm saying Carthage as in the city Carthage, not the civ or anything like that. Oh my goodness. Why and how has the Mongolian science fallen behind technology? That's the big one. Look at that. Poland just declared war on Genghis Khan. No freaking way. No freaking way. That right there is the key war that just broke out. And that's right. Drew's going to start saying key again because I like the word key. Wow. Okay, so Ethiopia can't do much. I want to see the Champa try to take over the city from Sri Lanka. I'd love to see something like that. They better be careful with this cargo ship moving right by. I don't know why. What is the logic behind this AI move here? Why is this coalition building up? As well as does Korea get involved? Does Russia get involved? Those are the big civs that are bordering Genghis Khan. Those are the very big civs. Byzantium might even say, yeah, screw it, we'll get involved too. This is going to be a really, really difficult war. You're talking about pretty much like a Spartan war, but because this is locked off, unless of course Russia gives up mortars to one of these two civs, which is I think unlikely. I don't think Russia likes either one. But even if Poland has the number advantage, they're going to be very tight. It's going to be very tight knit to attack. I guess there's 3 tiles, but that's hard. That's going to be difficult for an AI to take. They have a citadel. Oh no, that's a Mongolian citadel. I'm sorry, but it's pillaged, so I don't know if it's still providing the same bonuses. I don't think it is. Smart move by Mongolia to settle that citadel, but maybe it wasn't, because maybe that's why, Kashmir was like, yeah, screw Genghis Khan. I don't want him anymore. I did notice that Ethiopia had declared or had taken over Johannesburg. And again, like I said, Ethiopia looks like they're going to be the dominant power in Africa as of right now. The Boer have really nothing left, and everywhere else is a complete mess. The African continent is absolutely a complete mess. The Congo look like they've lost a lot of strength so far, and Mali are being very aggressive as they continue for their first Congo siege here. Shanghai lost some strength by losing Carthage. But in turn, if Carthage ends up getting more population back, and if they end up annexing this city, this is an excellent city for Rome to have, because now Rome has full control over who leaves and enters the eastern part of the Mediterranean. Now, Greece had that control as well, But now it doesn't really matter anymore because it's now the barrier has been moved up to Rome now controls it. So and Rome controls also all the way up to the Baltic Sea. Oh my goodness. So territory wise, Augustus is looking good. Oh, the Boers took it back. Yes, they did. Wow. Okay. Hey, that's good. Good for you. You're not going to go down without a fight. I don't know if you're going to be able to keep a hold of that, but still, I had no idea that Rome had this much territory. And it's just straight down Europe. So if you don't have open borders through Rome, you are not going to be successful. You can't even move through the Baltic Sea. This is such a crucial tile that they picked up. Like, that's amazing. They must be generating a lot of culture for them to reach up all the way to the north through Swedish territory. Because now Sweden can't even reinforce. If Poland declares war, how are they going to protect Stockholm? They're not. That's how. They are not going to be able to protect Stockholm unless they get open borders through Rome. But most of their, there's Copenhagen here, which is occupied. But still, it's going to be building a courthouse. They did end up annexing that city. So good for the AI for doing that. But I'm guessing that, these are going to be their two coastal powerhouses, building production-wise, I guess, building a lot of ships. I don't know. They need to build a lot more navies. A fleet here off the coast of Stockholm if they're going to want to protect themselves from Poland. I mean, right now it's fine. But Poland's at war with, Genghis Khan, but in the future, it won't be fine. We have the Philippines constructing a wonder. Good for them. Arabia and Rome piecing out. How is Poland doing now? Like I said, I mean, it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. I mean, it's hard enough for an AI to take over a city, but to do it with these limited amount of tiles here, that's hard. That is very, very hard. And I think the biggest benefit, we could see a huge benefit if, luckily for Genghis, I don't know how much longer. I was going to say, luckily for Genghis, Korea is preoccupied with Vietnam, but you know what? Not for long. Not for long. Rome is peaced out with Arabia, which is a smart choice. I think we're all starting to see some distinct winners, and I think I'm gonna go over some of some distinct world powers that are starting to emerge. Some very, very big ones. So that is going to be exciting. It's so much fun that at turn 267, I don't think anyone can necessarily say that one civ is stronger than the other, especially because there's still all this land that still needs to be colonized. And where is that Indian settler? There he is. He's just north of Hawaii. So he's coming in fast. Russia, Arabia, Rome, all discovering. Sweden, Austria, India. Austria, Sweden. Sweden just declared war. Sweden has no borders with Austria, so no big deal. Austria's pieced out with Greece. Greece ended up surviving, but they lost Sparta, so they did lose quite a bit of strength. If they hold on to their military units, they'll be okay. Ooh. Okay, so we're seeing Mongolia declare war at Vietnam, as well as the Ashanti. But those guys, it's a little bit too late for those guys. And no, the Champa have not begun to siege out this southern... Actually, I don't know why I thought they were in Sri Lanka. They're not in Sri Lanka, technically. They have a tile in Sri Lanka, but that's it. But Champa have been moving around a navy. They don't have too many ships. They have about 4, it looks like. That's not going to be enough. There's a range unit. Yep, Vietnam falls now. Wow, look at Korea. Now look at Korea. That is interesting, especially because you got to think of like the big rivalry, at least from what I know, Korea and Japan. Like they do not like each other. Maybe the relationship has changed because there is an open borders agreement. France has built the porcelain tower. There falls Vietnam, so they are out of the campaign. We have Korea looking really well for themselves also, and remember they're already getting awesome bonuses because of Syria and Indonesia declaring war on Ashanti. And there goes the peace deal with England. Rome ended up settling Scotland. That is what I figured. But Rome will not stop settling. They're looking like they're going settler crazy. Oh, I forgot about Rotterdam. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm sorry. You guys are used to that stuff, though. You're used to the dumb things. I just checked Vienna, and I saw, oh, Sweden's all the way up here. Vienna's down here. There's no touching. There's nothing going on there. Mali declared war, or peace out with Congo. That's a big deal, so Congo might be able to survive. They still need to deal with a massive Greek threat that's going to be sent down from the north. That will be a tough battle to win if you're the Congo. And that is it. Wow. So Rome's going to continue to colonize. I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon. They're gathering a lot of power and a lot of cities, but their power will be kind of weak because how will they be able to protect all these random colonies everywhere? Someone else could gain a lot of strength. Someone like England, technically. Someone like Sweden, also. Sweden is going after Rotterdam. They'll more than likely take this over, for sure. And they can colonize. They can go right through the North Sea. But that Roman cultural border growth is pretty incredible. So I don't know. Who knows for how much longer? Okay, let's go ahead and not vote, of course. And where is India? Reformation. Boom. Yep, they are going to settle Mexico. We're going to see India and Mexico. Very cool. Kind of strange when you think about it. I'm not 100% if this is accurate, but I believe the Europeans referred to, obviously, the Native Americans as Indians because they thought they were Indians. So I kind of put that in my head, some sort of weird scenario, like the Indians calling these other Indians. Because they thought they were the Europeans. I thought the Europeans thought that the Native Americans were Indians. They thought they were Indians from India, and I don't know. It's just kind of funny if you think about it in some sort of alternative scenario, where India comes to Mexico and they think that they find fellow Indians. Obviously, that would never be it because it was kind of like a I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I just thought it was kind of funny. In my head, it was funny. It wasn't at all funny when I said it. I'm sorry. It didn't turn out to be funny at all. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, yep, there you go. City-states were embargoed. That always happens. And France was embargoed. Wow. So who voted for that? Well, there's only a name from France and Shanghai, because I'm guessing Shanghai was trading. Well, they were trading, not anymore. Everyone else doesn't like France. Maybe they feel like France is a threat. Spain is looking strong because, I'm sorry, not Spain. Europe as a whole is looking strong. Western Europe as a whole, because they haven't really been at war. Portugal, Spain, France, very strong civs. Whereas like Africa's, breaking out into war all the time. So there's constantly this military shift up and down and up and down. So that has been going on. We have the Huns with Rome and the Huns in Korea. Huns are going to be okay until Russia declares war, or maybe the Ottomans. Maybe the Ottomans and Russia will team up. Who knows? Arabia has now just added a reformation belief. Poland getting very close to capturing this first Mongolian city, and they might, which every other city will be a little bit easier to take. I think, kind of. This second one is still going to be very difficult. See so now that Korea's done with Vietnam to the south, what is Korea going to do? Like, I'm wondering, what does Korea do, and what does Russia do about this kind of weakening power in the hearts where Mongolia is losing military units and Poland is making progress in their sieges? What do these two civs decide? I don't know. I mean, they're very powerful. Wow, look at the Korean Navy. Oh my goodness. Japan better be ready. That Navy is extremely powerful. And look at this. This is so important because these turtle ships cannot cross the deep sea unless it's connected by a Korean cultural tile. And because they've reached out towards this fish resource means that these turtle ships, which as we can see right here, have access to Japan, to Japanese mainland. So yeah, and another thing is that Japan has most of their ships off the coast of Kyoto, down south. You got to worry about Osaka and Tokyo. There's a lot of samurais, but they won't be able to help out when it's a naval invasion from Korea. Oh man, I'm willing to bet that we're gonna see it too. We will definitely see, I think, a very, very interesting war between Japan and Korea. If that is, of course, if Japan does not build a navy. Obviously, it'll be pretty one-sided, I'm thinking. It'll be bloody, though. Korea will lose a lot because those turtle ships they're powerful, but they're melee units. So they won't be able to, range hit. They've got some frigates, so I guess they have a little bit of success. Rotterdam did fall, so Austria's back to 2 cities. And I was just talking about how Austria is doing a good job. Poland also took over the westernmost Mongolian city. Yeah, I was just talking about how Austria was doing a good job this campaign. They're okay, but now they're kind of screwed. I mean, who are they going to go to war with? Besides Athens. They could go to war with Greece, but that'll be tough because of the ships just south of the Black Sea. Okay, so what else do we have? With Taj Mahal being built by France. Still no colony just yet. Nothing yet, but has India... Yep, India... Oh, maybe India's not even going for Mexico. Obviously, they've landed in the New World. But we don't see anything else. We're only like halfway through this campaign, guys. I just want to throw that out there. I definitely think this campaign has been so entertaining. I think everyone would scream at me if I didn't go to at least turn 500. So I think that's going to be the plan for sure. So keep that in mind. If anyone is wondering, like, oh, there's not colonization going on, it's turn 272. No. Like, we're just barely above halfway through the game. So we've got quite a lot still left to go. If we're seeing colonization by turn 300, remember there's like this late game, there's like a switch that turns on in the AI's head, late game, and they realize, wait a second, I've got to start to colonize again. And that's what we're going to see, this third wave of colonization. It's very interesting. Watching all these AI-only battles, I mean, you really learn a lot about how the computer plays. It's crazy. It is crazy, the amounts. And Greece has finally started to engage in attack, but look at that. Congo have done a good job. They've destroyed their melee units. It's a very good army composition by the AI, by the way. Putting the melee units in front to attack the city first, with the trebuchets behind. That is, I don't know if that just happened by coincidence or what, but I mean, that is shockingly well organized. I don't know. Maybe that's got to be in my head. But that is a very, very good. Obviously, they're not going to do well against the Congo, and that's because I think they're going for this city instead of this city. But very interesting. I maybe I need to take note if the AI has been doing that. Usually they don't. There's still a few small little conflicts going on. Oh, Mongolia grabs it back away from Poland. But I think the Boer and Ethiopia are done with their wars, I think. So the Boer are going to survive, but they're down to 4 cities just in South Africa. Ethiopia has still kind of flexed their muscles. They've showed their strength. Greece, I don't think, is going to be successful in their campaign to take over the Congo here. Oh, is Russia now going back after Afghanistan? Yes, they are. Also very kind of, what's the word? It's not ironic, right? It would be ironic if Afghanistan was up invading Russia, but that's not happening. This is Russia, technically, you know, I'm talking about the Soviet Union attacking Afghanistan. So this is not ironic. This is a coincidence, yeah? No? I don't know. I told you guys I missed that day in school. I don't remember what it was. I do, but I always forget. So Poland will probably take this back. They've got a rifleman, and Poland processes their turn first. So they'll attack it. Boom, take it over. Mongolia will lose another unit. And every little unit counts when the Mongolian Empire is so widespread. Every single unit, the AI is calculating. You know the Russians and the Koreans are like, that Genghis Khan guy, he's looking not so strong. Ooh, interesting. Look at that settler. 2 settlers. I mean, they could just be going for Eastern Siberia, but I don't know. And that would be funny if they do, because I remember specifically in the very beginning of this campaign thinking, I don't think the Mongolian AI is going to be much of a colonizer. I could be proven wrong here, which honestly, right now, Genghis Khan super needs. He absolutely needs to colonize, because he's looking very vulnerable right here in Eastern Asia. Extremely vulnerable. Ooh, this is an interesting window. I was going to check on this by the time we got to the info addicts, but yeah, this is a good time to check right now. We've got the Philippines. Korea. Wow, the Philippines are way ahead of everybody. That's incredible. Then Korea, that's no surprise. Tied for second with Poland and Genghis Khan. Then we have Indonesia, Ethiopia, the Congo, Gandhi. Yep, that's what I thought. France is ahead. Catherine, Mali, Haran al-Rashid. Let's go and check the bottom civs. Me, Shaka, no surprise there. Babylon, no surprise. That's shouldn't be any surprise there. I'm looking for a big one. Oh, Spain is behind. Aha. Okay. Spain behind Afghanistan. That's not a big. It's surprising that Greece is in 25th spot. That's shocking. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna have to stop right there though. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.